S47, war number 2, and we are up against 1. And this time my team will be Silk, Lady D and Mantis. I will be taking Photon on path 1 in section 1, then I will be taking path 4 in section 2, the Titania, Immortal, Abomination and Mangog mini-bosses, along with the Silk boss using my own Silk once again. Now, this time I don't have that many new matchups, and the main reason for that is once we saw who we matched for this war, we decided to push a little bit harder just to grab an early win here to have a better placement at the end of the season, despite not pushing too hard, and that is exactly what we were going to do. First off, here we have a Photon on the personalized space regeneration node, and I am taking this fight with Lady D. Now this matchup is essentially the exact same as the personalized space regeneration mini-boss, except this one doesn't have quite as potent regen as the other one does. Now the game plan and all of that is the same here. I'm just relying on my heal block debuff on the second medium to shut down the regen, and then I just gotta play around the tactic and photon zone abilities myself. The fight is quite simple to do with Lady D, but it is a lot to keep track of, and having your Lady D awakened for this does help a little bit. The awakened ability inflicts ruptures on the opponent if you are actively preventing their healing with the heal block, so you will get some more damage through that. Other than that, even an awakened Lady D will be fine. The heal block is long enough to rely on it for the most part, and even then, if you just run max despair, you should be able to shut down the regen regardless, or at the very least, most of it. Despite all of that though, the matchup is not that quick, since, as I said in the previous war, Lady D is not the fastest option for basically anything, but she is slow and steady, and she is extremely powerful and potent due to all of the utility that she brings. It also helps that basically no one is immune to ruptures, apart from Lady D herself and Scorpion, at least for now. Then next up here we have a Fixit on the steady build up unblockable and special burst lockdown nodes, and I'm taking the fight with Mantis. This matchup is quite scary due to the steady build up unblockable node making the defender fully unblockable if you have 3 debuffs on you at any moment in the fight. However, against science champions, Mantis's Tranquilize passive gets upgraded and you will have a 100% reduction to debuff ability accuracy. That means that any debuffs that Fixit would trigger when he throws the special, whether from his own abilities or from the special burst lockdown node, they will not trigger, so long as you just slow down your combos to keep the Tranquilize up at all times, you will never have to worry about getting a single debuff on you, making the node quite simple to take. The main thing to keep an eye on there, apart from the Tranquilize, is to land an intercept before baiting any specials due to the defense tactic. And now we have yet another Havok here on the steady build up unblockable and painful retreat nodes along with the heal block node as well, and I am taking the fight with Lady D. Now, Lady D is immune to heal block effects, but for the full duration of the heal block effect that she was immune to, her willpower mastery gets disabled as well. So I can heal in this fight, but I will not have any willpower healing. Now, basically what that means is I just don't have the heal block debuff up for the steady build up unblockable node, which really wouldn't matter anyways, since Lady D's ability to shut down mutant opponents' unblockable and unstoppable abilities with that heal block debuff does apply to this node as well. You can see the constant ability failed pop up under Havok's effects there on the right side of the screen, and that is the unblockable from steady build up unblockable failing over and over whenever I was getting any more debuffs on myself. Lady D makes quick work of it, and thanks to the armor up buff, the plasma detonation is not a problem either, so there, just don't need a special and you're good to go. Next up we have a Titania on the Power Focus 2 and Scared Stiff mini-boss node, and I'm taking the fight with Mantis. Once again, this is a tactic defender, so I need to make sure I land intercepts often to get the taunt up on the opponent for the steadfast that I can actually block the unblockable specials. I don't have any trouble dexing the special 1, but due to the power focus 2 node, I need to make sure I don't accidentally push out a special 2 without the taunt up. I know I dexed it fully against that boss with Kate Bishop in the last season, but I'm not comfortable trying that again. Now for this specific node here with the Scared Stiff node, Mantis is an excellent choice against most science defenders, simply due to the fact that the root is a debuff from the Scared Stiff node. That means as long as you keep the Tranquilize up whenever the root would trigger, you simply just shut down the root debuff completely, and you don't basically have to worry about it throughout the fight at all. Now I didn't fully charge up my special 2 there, because I didn't want the root to trigger mid-heavy charge, because you can't keep the Tranquilize up while you're charging your heavy attack, so I cut the heavy charge short through my special 2, which was weaker than normal, but thankfully I had the skill power back boosts active, which allowed me to chain in another one shortly after to finish the fight. Now this I wanted to leave in as a small warning to everyone watching. If you try to use a teleporter and you simply don't move on the map, don't try to click on any of the nodes further along the map before reloading the war map or whatever quest you are in. If you try to move to a node, when that happens, you will get sent to the wrong path for some reason. So always, if you don't move when you try to teleport, reload the map and you will avoid that issue altogether. And now then, next up we have an Immortal Abomination here on the Hazard Shift Shock and Bleed along with the Conflictor miniboss node, and I will be taking this fight with Mantis. I also had a teammate place the White Magneto pre-fight here for me, so I could parry whenever I wanted to without worrying about the Conflictor node. Now normally iBomb starts with poison debuffs on himself, which is where Mantis's Tranquilize once again comes into play. You start the fight off with it on the opponent, so instead of the opponent starting with the poisons, they won't, and they instead get those mixed emotions for your special 2 ramp up. That means you will not get a Conflictor trigger at the very start of the fight either, allowing you time to actually get that intercept off before baiting a special, so you can actually block it like I did there. Now for the actual ramp up here, I won't bother finishing my own combos in any special ways for the Intimidate or Infuriate debuffs. Instead, I will rely on simply failing the opponent's debuffs from the Hazard Shift node or iBomb's own abilities, and here a single special 2 is way more than enough to actually finish the fight, and Mantis probably the best option for that matchup, apart from someone like Ghost maybe, who is, well, banned anyways, so yeah, Mantis by far the best option I can think of for that one. Oh, and just to clarify, both the Tranquilize and Neutralize effects can prevent buffs and debuffs on either champion depending on who triggers them on who. You can prevent the opponent from triggering debuffs on themselves with the Tranquilize effects, and you can prevent them from triggering buffs on your attacking champion with Neutralize effects, as you have probably seen in my previous war videos using Tigra, for example. And with that, we have the next matchup here, a Mangog on the Aspect of Evolution miniboss node, and I'm taking him with Silk. Now, I have taken this matchup many times in the past. In previous seasons I could actually use Silk for, and the strategy here is the exact same. I am simply building up power to my special 3, and then I'm gonna do the 3 Fury special 2 rotation, and Mangog will fall, no question about it. Now the rotation that follows the special 3 for the triple Fury special 2 is medium light medium, medium medium, light light medium light heavy striker light attack, pause, light light medium light heavy special 2. But I don't really get to show it here since Mangog dies before I actually get to throw my special 2, but you get the idea. The fight goes down in roughly 50 seconds, you don't need any power back boosts for it or anything, you still get to the special 2 if you follow the proper combos following your special 3. Then we have the final fight of this war, another Silk boss that I will be taking with my own Silk, and the game plan will be the same as it was for the previous war. I will be trying to push her only to her special 2s, bait it and dex it, and repeat until the fight is over. If for whatever reason she decides to throw her special 1 at any point, Silk's auto evade will deal with it, despite the tactics saying that you shouldn't be able to trigger evade while rooted. It is a bug, but it is not getting fixed, so feel free to use it to your heart's content. Now, there isn't really anything special for me to say here. Everything I wanted to say about this matchup I said in the previous war, and this one, well, it's not gonna be too different. So I'll just let it play out for now, or until something interesting happens, I guess. Well, I guess this counts as interesting. I messed up a shallow evade, which led to me getting crit by the opposing Silk, which then put the auto evade on cooldown, which could have led to my death right then and there, since that combo that I took also pushed the defending Silk to her special 1. Had she thrown it, I would not have had my special, or rather my auto evade ready, and since I can't fully dex it consistently, I can almost guarantee I would have died. But now at this point the fight is back under control, and I'll let the rest continue. And there we go, one more special 2, followed by a striker finisher, and the fight is over. Now next war I will be facing a Silk boss once again, but I will be bringing my White Tiger for that, so look forward to that one, it's gonna be great. As for the results, we did end up winning the war 57-12, so we did succeed in grabbing this win here early on, and now back to the usual program of us chilling this season.